Guys, this is Jose Trujillo. I'm a fine art artist. I'm coming to you from a corner of my art studio where I package my work. And today I wanted to talk to artists. And this video is about the whole idea of starving artists. I made a couple of videos about it in the past, and I'm just kind of like digging into why this is so, I guess, so prevalent in the art community or the art world. This whole idea of artists have to starve, or you have to be a purist, or you can't ask for the sale. You can't tell someone, well, if you like it, would you like to buy it? You can't do that kind of stuff because people somehow magically, first of all, this mythical idea of the collector has to show up and has to say, I would like to buy that painting from you, and maybe even make you famous. I don't know, something like that. But really, I mean, it's serious and it's not. It's serious because it can really hurt you, because so many of us have been programmed. You've been programmed as an artist, as a sculptor, as a photographer, as a whatever, musician. You've been programmed to think, look, you don't deserve more. If you say you're going to be an artist, hang on, because it's going to be a very rough ride, and no one's going to want to really buy your stuff until you die. And somehow that after you die, you're going to magically become famous, and everyone's going to want your stuff. I don't know. It's very bizarre to me. It never sat well with me. I didn't like it, and that's why I went on a quest, I guess you could call, to let me go find out what this whole thing is about. I mean, who's starving and who's not as artists? Who's the guy or the girl who's making it and thriving, and who is just not even getting by? Having their a daytime, a night, and a daytime job, a nighttime job, and maybe painting on the weekends and hoping or wishing or, I don't know, praying to some god to become I don't know, the next Andy Warhol or whatever your taste is. I'm here to tell you, look, it's very simple. It's it's very easy, I guess. Not simple, maybe. If you complicate it too much. You don't have to be a starving artist. You don't have to buy into that. I know a lot of people are like, no, man, I don't buy into that. I'm not a starving artist. I don't feel like that. I don't think like that. This is our society's limitations, rules, sacred cows. This is what society says, look, you have to act in this manner because this is the way we think as a whole, and this is the way you're supposed to act. And I'm very much against that. You are you're a business, just like, the guy who, I don't know, sells clothing at the mall. You sell paintings, or you sculpt, or you take photographs. Whether it's people that do it more formally, for example, and I mean formally as a business, don't have this problem that much. People that, for example, the wedding photographer may not have the same problem as the this problem, right? This conceived idea, this mental limitation, as the, I don't know, the landscape photographer who does it because he or she wants to put their art into a show, right? Or on online store or whatever. The wedding photographer understands that that it's a business and they have to market, and it's all of these things, right? They have to create presence and brand themselves and all of that stuff. They understand that. Photographer, for the most part, doesn't understand that, or hears about that, but doesn't quite, it just doesn't marry, doesn't get it. I'm here talking to those people who don't get it, to the people who have this idea that somehow your work just has to be good and everything's going to be fine. And I think that's where it comes from. Not where it comes from. The whole idea of starving artists, of course. Who knows where that came from? Maybe it was from that publication about the bohemian life. I don't know, from back in the day, maybe everybody was like, oh yeah, I have to be a bohemian, a purist, and blah 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 blah. Anyways, if you haven't read about that, go check it out. It's very absurd that people still believe that or eat that. You know, if you are extremely wealthy and you are the socialite who can paint in the weekends for fun and knows an editor of some fancy magazine and they can, you know, showcase your work, that's fine. But if you are trying to make ends meet, if you don't have that access to that type of resource, you know, those type of resources, then you have to treat it as a business. It's a whole other thing, right? Anyways, I don't want to make it too long. Do not buy into the starving artist thing. You are a business. If you're not a business, then you do it for hobby. Okay, it's fine. You know, whatever it is that you do, but you don't have to buy. Especially if it's a career for you, if it's a business, if you're trying to thrive as an artist, whether you're a musician, you're a singer, you're a photographer, you're a painter like myself, whatever you're trying to do, don't buy into that idea that you have to, you know, that, oh, things are hard, I'm a starving artist, you know, blah blah. You know, when it comes time to ask for the sale, ask for the sale. You know, someone comes to your shop or whatever and they look at something, it's okay to tell them, you know, to ask them, would you like me to box this for you? You know, all those things. It's okay to sell. It's not, there's nothing wrong with that. You're offering, it's an exchange. They're more than happy to exchange their money for your artwork, because why not? Because it's an exchange. You created this artwork for that, you know, to have that exchange. Anyways, I don't want to give you more than I have to say about for the next videos. I'll leave you with that. Don't be a starving artist. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time.